inheritance. So other way around, we already talked about the inheritance. What is a base class, what is a derived class, super class, and so on. So I think we are familiar with that inheritance concept right now, and you achieve that using in VB.NET. I didn't unfortunately show you the VB.NET code. So you can take that as a homework to translate this C# into VB.NET. So do you know what is the shortcut to translate VB.NET to C# code? You don't really have to write it. If you want to really see that there are very interesting tools online which can, where is this? Okay, if I see convert C# to VB.NET. Okay, so there are tools. There are a wide variety of tools actually available, where you can use to convert the C# code to VB.NET. In this case, for example, yeah, if I say public override and this stuff, I will just put here and say convert to VB.NET. So it's going to give me the VB.NET code. So in this case, overrides is the keyword that is needed for override. So there's just a keyword mismatch. Otherwise, everything is same. All the examples that we are doing in C# is doable in VB.NET also. So there is nothing that language specific support is completely there from both the languages. Okay, so inheritance, we'll see how many types of inheritance we have. Okay, so the types of inheritance we see here, we have about 5 types of inheritance that you can do conceptually. The first one is a single inheritance or single level, in other words. So single inheritance wherein class A and class B you have, and B is inheriting A. So it's only one level or a single level, and which we have done so far. So automobile in this case and car in this case. Okay. And multi-level is a type of inheritance wherein you can have A, B, C lined up in a multi-level, and wherein C inherits B and B inherits C, A. So what will happen in this case is C is pretty much A plus B. Okay, so it is a composite class which contains all the members of B and also all the members of A. So that's how you can achieve using multi-level inheritance, and there is no limit how many levels you can go. Okay, and a hybrid is supposed to be the last topic, but since it's here, we'll see. Hybrid is a mix of multi-level and single level. So in this case, if we say C inherits A is a single level, and also B inherits A is a single level, and D inherits B inherits A is a multi-level. So it's a mix of both. So that becomes a hybrid inheritance. So this is doable. How it is doable? Because at any given point, you see only one class is inheriting the other class. Okay, even B is inheriting A and C is inheriting A, so which is perfectly doable in C#.NET or VB.NET. And the next is a hierarchical. If you see, even hybrid contains hierarchical, wherein A, B and C are inheriting A. This even represents the single inheritance also, wherein A is inheriting, B is inheriting A and C is inheriting A. So this is pretty much hierarchical, which you normally see in a hierarchical representation of a office structure or organization structure, wherein the chairman or CEO starts first and those break down into structures, right? So that's the hierarchical inheritance. You can do this. And the last one is the multiple inheritance. So multiple inheritance is a little complex here. So wherein one class is actually inheriting from two different classes at the same time. So C is trying to inherit from multiple classes. Okay, none of the other inheritance were doing that. So this is a special case which is doable perfectly in or small talk programming languages, and which is not doable in .NET or even Java. So Java also doesn't support multiple inheritance this way, wherein one class is derived from two other classes or more than two classes. So which is not possible in uh, .NET. Okay. So if you want to demo, let's see. And in this case, as per my class diagram, I have truck, car, automobile, and a flying car. Okay, what I'll do is I will add another car, and while adding, I will also show you uh, how to use the architectural view of the class diagram to create classes. Okay, so instead of going to the code, I'm going to do visually. So I'll just wanted to see the toolbox, and if you see there is a set of tools here, I can straight away drag one class here, and I will name something. What do I do? Okay, I'll say something like special. This is a special class which contains which want to inherit both from truck and car. Okay, let's try it out this way. And it's actually creating a separate file for each class. Okay, so if you see, although you can have multiple classes within the same file, it is not recommended to have. It's always recommended to have a separate class. That way you can have easy readability of your code. And I have created a class, and also it has created me the code file, if you see, visually and programmatically. So both are in sync. And at the same time, now I want to do inherit. So I'm going to drag this tool and inherit from truck. Okay, and also drag this and try to inherit car. So see, this is a little smart. So it's not letting me do that even graphically. So when I try to add a new inheritance to another car, it is not. It is actually shifting the inheritance from either this or that. So that means graphically it is enforcing the rule that multiple inheritance is not supported in .NET. So what will happen if I forcefully do it and compile this? It doesn't go anywhere. So what I can do is, as an alternative, I can actually have an interface. So interface, what is an interface? So interfaces, as we have seen, as we have seen the abstract class and interface have a very thin gap between each. So both cannot be created instance. Both are used for abstract layer. And in this case, what I'm going to do is I will have an interface called what, for example, if you think of a better example that can map to the real world with respect to the automobile, um, I'll say body shop. Okay, so all of these need a body shop, so I just define a body shop as an interface. Okay, so within the so I'm just right clicking, adding a method, say okay, fix the body. Just say fix the body as a method. Okay, and okay, let me add one more method saying paint. Okay, so body shop, these are the kind of things that they normally do. And if you remember, if you see, it's so intuitive that if I pick the methods, then it will let me add only method, and to add any other I can go ahead and add a property also saying is so this indicates that fix the fixed it or not. So I'm just trying to go and set up the properties. If you see, it's a read and write write accessor and so on. So you can just play around and type. By default it has taken the int as a data type. I'm going to change it as a bool. and I can put some comments here, remarks, so on, which can reflect and so on. So it's pretty decent. So if you have this tool, you don't have to really go and write a code. It's going to do for yourself, right? So that's the advantage with this architectural car class diagram view. And now I have the interface created, so it shows here. So what I can do here is I cannot inherit multiple classes, but I can inherit to my interfaces. So it's already added a link there. If you say car body shop, so it's actually an error actually speaking, because I wrote a code saying car. It's trying to show something, but it is not able to do it because that's an error. I'm going to take that away and fix this. Okay. Okay, truck is less accessible than the special class, whereas truck is not accessible for it. We'll see that. So I have this okay, it's inheriting this, and that's how I can have I can actually have multiple inherit a class to multiple interfaces, but I can inherit only one class. So that's the rule. And the difference between the abstract and interface, probably I will show you in the next session. To keep it simple for this session, the only difference between them is that the abstract class can have a concrete members, whereas interface cannot have a concrete members within it. So if I look at the definition of the interface, where is this body shop? So if you see, this is a body shop, so it can have properties and everything just like any normal class, and also remember that you cannot create instance of this because interfaces and abstract classes are used for as an abstract layer. So as we discussed, abstract layer cannot really exist in the real world, so in theoretically, so that's why they cannot be instantiated. So only you can do is you can inherit and implement their behavior. So in this case, interfaces can have only the signature here, and whoever inherits this, they need to implement the body of the signature to gain that to make this definition a real meaning. Otherwise, interfaces will never have any concrete implementations. They just have a signature body. Whereas abstract members like the automobile here, this is an abstract member, but it has a concrete members within it. When I say concrete, it means they have a body. So if your method has a body, then this becomes a concrete method. Otherwise, it becomes an abstract method. So an abstract class can have an abstract methods and also concrete methods, whereas interfaces can have only abstract members, not the concrete members. So that's the key difference between interface and abstract, and this is a very commonly asked question. And believe me, all these keywords, topics we have been discussing, they are all perfectly 100% interview questions, and people will definitely ask you. No doubt about it, they will definitely ask you. So remember that, and probably I'll have a question poll on this topic in the next session, and we will move on with the, so we covered the inheritance part as well, so we are good there. And yes, so this is a kind of an add-on as part of my